Welcome back to a Rockford CCG Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers deck profile. Today we are going over Elena. I've chosen to build her on the good symbol, mainly because the good symbol attacks currently right now are some of the best in the game. The best value attacks. They can either give us really good speed, or really good damage, or both, or they give us really crazy effects. So let's go into Elena. She's a 34 health character, 5 hand size. She has a static. After you begin your turn, you put the top card of your deck face down into your station area. So basically, she builds like a 6-hander, plays cards from her hand like a 5. So you're still kind of relegated to that. She has a remove. Her first E is remove the top card of your deck. Your attack gets plus X speed. X equals the permanent block mod on the removed card, and E, your attack gets +1 damage for each resource symbol it shares with your character. We kind of tried to scale more to the speed E instead of making your attacks hit. A lot of the good symbol attacks can hit hard already. They just lack a way of pushing them through. So we're going to try to bank on that E pushing attacks through. So speaking of attacks, let's go through it. We have one 3 diff. It's Black Dog's aim at a 2 of, sorry. It has a low block, gets stun once, so you're able to do some foundation control by also using its E. When after you stun, you can flip that committed foundation. It's pretty simple stat. It's a 3 mid for 3. It shares 2 symbols with Elena, so you're looking at a 3 mid 5. Not a bad poke. Also, whatever speed you add onto it works out pretty good. Plus, if you go into deadlock, it gets even bigger if you remove attacks with her ability. Her probably best attack in the deck is Cannon Crack. It's a 4x4 Fury, whatever that means, and then E, discard 1 card, add 1 face down foundation to your hand, so you can cycle your face downs. To say you built an attack using her static, you can pick the attack back up and continue swinging. Also, it has a good low block. Can't complain about that. We have her probably second best attack in the deck, Shirayukan. The combo E, combo attack, add 1 card from your discard pile to the top of your deck. This attack gets +3 speed or damage. So you can stack card for her speed E, and then you just give this card damage with the combo. It does share 2 symbols with her, so it's base pretty much a 4 high for 5, and then it's 4 high for 8 if you use the damage, and then whatever speed you put onto it. So it's actually really good on reversal if you need to stack a check to block, or if you're just trying to kill your opponent. Next is Nutcracker at a 4 of. Being a 5-hander, you kind of want some outside draw, outside the draw step, I should say. So this allows us to do that. By adding a foundation from our discard pile to your card pool, you get to draw a card. Also, it shares 1 symbol with her, so it's going to start out at a 4 low for 5. Then you attack. If your opponent's character is male, you get an additional 4 damage. So you're looking at a 4 low 9 base with Elena, and then whatever speed you add onto it. Also has breaker on it, so if you do need to block with it, it could slow your opponent's turn down. Next, we got 3 copies of Missile Launcher. Probably still the best car attack pound for pound in the game. No one wants to play against a Missile Launcher deck because they do not want to see this turn 2. Being Elena, by the time your turn 2 comes around, you get 2 free foundations, so you don't have to worry about checking a 2. For the most part, you get the discard top 4 cards, get speed or damage. More often than not, if you hit a really good block mod with Elena's remove E for speed, you're going to be doing the damage part. Or you're just going to pump it all into speed and just make sure they eat 6 or more if you have momentum. Also, the deadlock E just kills people. So you don't have to worry. Really, your opponents usually don't go into deadlock against a good symbol deck. Unless they start going into the 15 to 19 to 20 range, because then they're pretty much safe from the stun 5. 3 of Flash Shadow Kick. If you're able to if you check a foundation, you can build it, or if you use Built for Speed in the deck and destroy like a face down foundation, something that like you flipped or something that's committed, as to give it 1 speed with Built for Speed, you can add that back into your staging area. as a ready foundation. So you're looking at 5 high 5 to start, and then it shares a symbol, so it's 5 high 6. Not too bad as a poke card, or if you are just trying to get some extra build out on your turn. And we got one copy of Dark Chirito. This is a really good finisher card going late. Your opponent never wants to go to deadlock against you if you're a good symbol deck because you have so many good deadlock effects. This one's pretty awesome, actually. If this hits your opponent, the multiple copies of this attack are unblockable. With Elena, you're looking at a 4 low for 8 base, and then the multiples will hit. So, and then whatever speed you put on. And I don't think she says printed attack. So yeah, you can use her speed E on multiples. I believe you can use her the multiple copies. I'm going to have to get back to you about that because technically they don't have any printed resource symbols, but obviously if you're chaining attacks, they have resource symbols, so we'll have to double check that. Moving on to 2 actions, we got stop. You need somehow to shut off your opponent's character in this format, this meta, because everyone playing anybody needs to be able to deal with the spammable abilities on a character. Some characters, doesn't matter, like Lilith or Vega, they're static and her ability is playable while committed, so you don't have to, committing them doesn't matter for the most part in the long run. Other than I guess it does, because the check hacking and then the sealing. But they, like the static and the playable commit ability, still playable. Moving on to foundations, we got 4 Most Trusted Assassin. This is a really good combo with Journey West. If you eat an attack from your opponent and you Journey West, their difficulty is +2. If you've used this, so they basically have Breaker 3 on them and pretty much can end a turn if it's late in the string or if they just check bad. I need some speed hate. In this format, it's very, very fast. We got some unpredictable movement. You get -2 speed, or you can destroy for a charge or slam to get -3 speed. Speaking of speed, we got built for speed. It keeps us out of deadlock if we need to be, and it gives us a little bit of speed to push our attacks through. And it's a 6 check, so it's not too bad. We got 2 new Empress of Another Realm. We need card draw, being a 5-hander. We don't want to be stuck with just the 5 cards where we draw every turn, so we need some sort of outside draw. And then also gives us some top deck knowledge of our opponent if we're in desperation. 4 Voices in the Dark. This is not just in here primarily for the +4 low block, which is really nice. It's in there for momentum control, and it allows us to flip other foundations to get -1 damage. We also have Reunion across dimensions in here, so we're able to commit those face-down foundations for damage or damage reduction. 1 copy of Armor Expert, so if we want to stay out of deadlock, it allows us to stack stuff on top to guarantee checks, and it gives us card draw for an unblocked attack. 1 Good and Evil, some speed and damage reduction, but mostly we're going to use this for the non-character response effects that we can cancel, like Revoke or Add to Your League. 1 Never Stumbles. It stops way too many things that it shouldn't. Punch and Judy, stops Faye, stops refusing to let go. So you can, this is a really good tech one of just in case you need it. So it's always good to have something just in case you need it. Kind of like Allstate. 2 Journey West, like I said before, with Most Trusted Assassin, this combos really well. Being a 5-hander, you're probably going to be eating a few attacks. So this allows to basically put Breaker 2 on your opponent's next attack. And if you have Most Trusted Assassin, they're looking at a Breaker 3. 2 Cool and Focus, some top card of your deck control. Also, it's probably the best multiple block in the game outside of Prepare to Fight. Just in general, this card's amazing just as a block. So it's maybe the only card in your hand, being a 5-hander. But it can come in handy, especially since like Akuma, Lilith, Morgan, Elena herself, there are a lot of fast characters that can just dump double-digit numbers of speed on. 2-Way True Warrior. This is a keyword meta, man. It's been a keyword meta probably since Bebop, maybe before then. So We're looking at 2 Way the True Warrior with a couple on the side. Be able to get rid of like throw, powerful, EX, combo, um, even Fury nowadays. We can get rid of Fury, and so Chun-Li and other characters who can abuse that keyword don't get ability, don't get bonuses. I was talking about this with Stop, some sort of character control. So even those pretty much played for the top R, so we can cancel actions. But if they do play a spammable ability and they use it the 3rd time or greater, we can remove this to commit their character. In the same vein as Never Stumbles, overly dramatic stops way too many things that it really shouldn't stop. All the way to characters. Most of the time, characters are pretty much untouchable, but overly dramatic hits them. Also has a really great deadlock E where we can just keep getting attacks out of our discard pile. We do remove a bunch of cards from our deck for the speed E. So 2 Martial Banana to give us at max 5 damage on, like I say, a Nutcracker or a Missile Launcher, or even like a Reversal Shirai Yukon, so we can put it into lethal. It's pretty good. We don't need more than 2 because our discard pile only fills up, slowly, because we don't want to remove everything in the deck, because then if with the cycle, it's in rough shape. 2 Cents of Morals, just a quick spam card allows us to, things that have been stunned, we are able to ready them. This is a really good target for Nutcracker to be put in, so we can draw that card, so it's easier to play cards later. 2 Reunion Across Dimensions. We do build a lot of face downs. So we have the E, commit 1 face down, Foundation's attack, it's +2 or -1 damage. Unfortunately, we don't get to use the Earth E, but it's good enough, I think, just as a 2 of, because we build so many face downs. Another Confronting Jetta deck, guys, I'm sorry to say, but this Foundation is just insane and nuts. I'm going to say it again, once per turn, this attack gets +X or -X damage. X equals the difference between this attack's speed and its printed speed. So since we are a speed character and we're able to put massive amounts of speed on this, we can give our attacks big damage if we're just trying to go hard, all in, and kill our opponent. We got 3 Alpha Males, mainly for discard pile tutor. But the real gimmick is you can loop Confronting Jettas, where you bring one, you have one in, you use it, you alpha mail to bring another one in, you use it, you bring alpha mail in to bring another one in, you use it if you're able to do it multiple times. If you have 2 in the discard and you have all 3 alpha, you have at least 2 alpha mails out, you're able to use Confronting Jetta 3 times. And that's usually like a corner case, but it's there if it happens. So one of these days we'll get it to work. We got 1 Refusing to Let Go, one of the best damage resets in the game. Not much else you could say about that. And then we have a Feigned Interest, the +4 mid block, so it's +4 speed with Elena. And we can commit it after a card is played. Keyword ratings to 0, so missile launchers, anything with stun, or EX, or powerful. There's just a lot of that. Like Akuma's cards have EX and powerful, so we set that stuff to 0. And then Destroy, after a card is played, it gets +1 to its keyword rating. So if we need to like bump our EX numbers or our missile launcher numbers up, this helps. Moving on to the sideboard, we got 1 more Stop, because character hate is never bad. 2 more Cool and Focus, because we hate speed and we want to block all the multiples. We hate keywords, so 2 more Way the True Warrior, 2 more Bebop Blues, and 1 more Feigned Interest. So we have a lot of character and keyword hate and some speed hate in here. Mostly just to shore up our numbers so we can actually survive, because we are a 5-hander. It may take us a turn or 2 to get going. This isn't like I've heard of some Elena decks that can kill on turn 2 if they get the right draw. This is more of like a turn 3 to 5 deck, maybe a little slower. I haven't played it. I don't plan on playing it, but it's just something out there that I wanted to put out there, because this deck series is supposed to just inspire someone to take it and build it and improve on it. So guys, that's going to finish up the video. I just want to say thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and follow the UFS Ultra link will be in the description box. Also to my Patreon. Just go there if you want to support the channel any further. Appreciate it. And to our current Patreon sponsors, thank you very much. And you're helping us out immensely. So everyone have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.